Gretchen Hodge was an American girl born in Britain on the 18th of October, 1982, to American parents, Chloe and Jason Hodge. Gretchen's father, Jason, was an investment banker. Her mother was a lecturer. Gretchen had two younger siblings and a childhood that was replete with peace and joy. Her parents earned enough to give them the basic comforts of life and the attendant perks of being born into a middle-class family. Gretchen and her siblings had several toys and took piano classes. All seemed perfect, as though their lives were poised to levitate towards greatness. Then, one day, the year Gretchen turned 10, her parents were involved in a fatal car crash. Her parents died on the spot, leaving Gretchen and her siblings behind. The death of Gretchen's parents marked the end of their peaceful life. Gretchen and her siblings were taken back to the United States, and they lived in the suburbs of Alabama with their paternal grandparents and relatives. Life in the suburbs was relatively different from the upbeat life Gretchen and her siblings had been used to. It took a long time before they became attuned to the serenity and acculturated to the new environment. Gretchen enrolled in Mountain Brook High School, Alabama, and was a remarkable student. That, with her composed disposition and her penchant for asking questions, she found herself drawn to computer science and IT. Her quiet and uneventful surrounding didn't seem to possess the right energy and networks for her to learn the most she could on information technology. This made Gretchen always long for a city life. However, she took to studying the most she could, making up her mind to explore the wider world when she graduated high school. Gretchen graduated high school in 1997 and got an admission into the University of California, Los Angeles, where she studied computer science. She had the good fortune of receiving a full scholarship. This helped her to focus on school, dispelling the need for her to work several jobs in order to get by. While in the university, she conceived the idea of starting a digital disrupting company. She did not have the means to bring this dream to fruition at the time, considering her lean resources and the unavailability of time on her hands. Gretchen continued to nurse this ambition until she graduated from the university and got her first job as a digital disruptor for several tech companies. While working for the companies, Gretchen did not lose sight of her own entrepreneurial ambition. Rather, she saw the job she had as the opportunity to save up money and to gather enough experience to run her own company. Gretchen eventually quit her job and decided to start with the little resources she had at her disposal. She started her own digital disruptor company called LodRap, her greatest challenge being the habit and behaviors of customers towards new companies. It took a lot of work and time before she was able to build trust and establish the existence of her tech company in a tech-savvy and highly competitive market. Currently, Gretchen's company has found its feet and has continued to grow and expand its clientele with the strength of more than 100 employees. According to the Time Warner aphorism, Rome was not built in a day. It takes a lot of work and time to build any enduring legacy. As an entrepreneur, one must not have the abundance of resources in order to start. The secret to building a business empire is starting with the little you have and being very committed to your investment. Sam Walton said, "High expectations are the key to everything. The secret to succeeding with little resources is to have high expectations, even when your capital doesn't match your expectation." Estee Lauder said, "Trust your instincts. Do not look at the circumstances surrounding you or your limited finances. Trust your guts." Pierre Omidyar said, "If you're passionate about something and work hard, then I think you will be successful." All Gretchen Hodge had working for her were her guts. Even when it seemed like her resources would never be sufficient to take on such a huge dream, she refused to stop trusting herself. You can do the same. You can look beyond your present circumstance and start that business you have always wanted to launch.